ambiguous. ASMR.
Finally, some company. I was beginning to get bored. I've been in this waiting room for ages. You know, you'd think in the afterlife they'd have better service. Yeah, I said afterlife. Hey, are you okay? Come and sit down. It's probably a lot to take in. Take some deep breaths, okay? We'll take this slowly. You are dead. And so am I. This is whatever happens next. I'm not sure what. I haven't remembered yet. But I remembered enough to know I will remember. All I know right now is it looks like a waiting room. And I've been here for... Actually, I don't know that either. Somehow it feels like a long time, and at the same time no time at all. It's a lot to take in, right? Yeah, I'm still trying to wrap my head around it too. But at least now there's two of us. Are you sure you're okay? Do you remember what happened? Not the worst way to go, I guess. It's still weird remembering how you died, though. It feels like something you shouldn't remember. Like how you never remember falling asleep. Me? It's a little blurry. I remember being on a road, and a loud noise, but that's about it. I guess I must have been hit by something before I saw it coming. The funny thing is, I don't actually remember arriving here. 1 second I died, and the next... Here. With this guide in my hand. Yeah, this. You didn't get one? Here, you can have mine. It basically gives a rundown of what this place is. It seems they mostly just want us to wait. Yeah, like a detox from our previous lives. The longer I'm here, the more I remember from before. Yeah, before. Other lives. Before, you know, this one. It's a lot to process, but I'm beginning to remember who I've been before. You're starting to get it too, right? It starts with remembering being here before. My lives? Well, it's a long list. Although I guess it's not like we have much else to do. I've been a cat a couple times. I think. That or a small dog. It's still kind of fuzzy. A lot of lives as fish. I guess that's because they don't live too long. And human lives too. They're a little clearer. I guess because they're more similar to what I'm used to. Let me think. I was a knight, I think? Yeah, I can almost feel the armor. More uncomfortable than you'd think. I was one of the central knights of the royal court until I was poisoned. Not exactly the kind of death I was expecting as a knight. Let's see, what else? I can remember a lot of forests, archery, wearing green. Wait, was I Robin Hood? Wow, that has to be a high point. In another, I had a lot of dresses. Wait, no, they weren't mine. I was a seamstress, making outfits for nobles. I was good at it too. Until I joined in on a plot to overthrow the king. I stitched garments with hidden razors on the inside in order to try to assassinate him. The perfect plan until they made me try it on. And I fell victim to my own trap. Oh. Well, I have to give myself props. It was a pretty good plan. Until it wasn't. Don't look at me like that. How should I know they would have made me wear the garments? Besides, if I'd known I would have been wearing them, I would have gone for a shade of blue. Red is not my color. Huh. I guess old habits die hard. How about you? Remembering anything? Any stories we could use to pass the time? No? Well, I guess it takes time. You have to recover from that mortal tunnel vision. Or whatever the proper term for it is. Well, think about it. While we were alive, neither of us remembered our previous lives, right? Yeah. I guess it's so we can live each life like it's our only one. Or so our previous lives don't affect the next one along? I don't know. It's not like they explain these things. But the point is, I guess we can't just go from not knowing anything to suddenly everything being back. They have to drip feed our memories so we don't get overloaded. Huh. And that was a pretty rational explanation. Maybe I'm starting to remember. What then? Well, why would we need all our memories from across all of our lifetimes? Everything that is and has been us, intact and in our minds all at once. Maybe that has to be it. It's so we can decide our next lives. Well, think about it. If you can remember everything you've already done, you can make sure you do something brand new. Or have a rerun of a life you enjoyed before. You could make sure that you don't get put in the same bad position twice in a row. With the only caveat being that you lose all your memories the moment you're born. It all makes sense. Well, if you were in your infancy but you remembered being an adult, wouldn't it drive you insane? Not being able to walk, not having your independence, not even being able to talk properly. For lack of a better word, it would be hell. But what I don't remember is how we choose our next incarnation. Do we go somewhere? Is someone else involved? How much of a choice do we actually get? I guess we'll just have to wait until whoever's in charge sees fit to tell us. So, what would you pick? Your next life, I mean. What would you, as in this you, the you I'm talking to right now, even without the memories of your past selves, want to be? Would you want to be human? An animal? A plant, I guess? If we could even reincarnate into plants, which would make things like forest fires a lot more terrifying. I see. Well, I think that would suit you. Keep it in mind. Maybe your past selves will agree with you. Not that they're separate individuals, but you know what I mean. Me? That's an interesting question. I mean, the obvious answer is something like a house cat. A pretty easy life, all things considered. A pretty carefree and low-stress life with a short lifespan, so it's not really much of a commitment. But I don't think that's what I want. Looking back on the lives I've enjoyed the most, the ones I'm most proud of, they weren't easy. They weren't safe. They weren't even necessarily good lives. They were uphill struggles. I always had to do something. I had to push against some obstacle, fight something that was in my way, be it enemy soldiers, corrupt politicians, or even my own flesh. I struggled. Sometimes I failed, but I was always pushing forwards towards where I felt I needed to be. Even if sometimes I needed to break down and rest for a while to get there. And once I reached the peak, or died trying, I could sit here and look back on it with a smile. That's what I want. I've had easy lives before. I've had everything I needed just handed to me. And you know what? It felt empty. Somehow it was more miserable than the lives where I had nothing and had to fight for everything. I want more lives I can be proud of. Yeah, that's what I want. Was that door always open? Yeah, that door over there. The one we've been waiting for. Oh, I see. I guess that's my cue. I'm going to be moving on any second now. The moment I chose what kind of life I wanted next, I just felt it start. It's all part of the process. It's weird how it all makes sense at the end. Thanks for the company. It's funny. Normally people mean it the other way around, but see you on the other side.